Well, normally I speak English to welcome you back to Rubbin Minds, but with my guest in the studio, he has developed his own English, and he's very confusing when you're trying to speak, and people are saying, "What are you saying?" Falz the bad guy. We have to conduct this in proper English, but great to have you on board. Folarin Falana, aka Falz the bad guy, the man whose glasses. I don't know. I keep asking where are your lens? Where?
I mean, what can I say? I mean, naturally, this is my style. I mean,
Your what?
This is my style.
Your style. Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily have glasses with no glass. Nobody does say it. So that is my nature.
And of course, his nature is very infectious. This is a guy who not only sings, I would like to say he's a comedian as well. If you follow him on Instagram, on Twitter, at Falz the Bad Guy, we will have watched a number of his short skits. But he's a man who has grown into his own and has owned his own. And in the industry, he's very loved. And of course, we're going to delve more into his life. We're trying to go into the areas where we don't usually go. I remember the first time I had an interview with you. This was on radio, and yes. I was taken aback by the fact that your background was in law, but now you're into entertainment. But it seems in the last year or so, you've actually grown steadily. I was surprised when I saw you emceeing a wedding as well. Would you say you are confused about what you want to do in life, or you're just taking everything as it comes along?
No, not necessarily. Not like confusion. I would say it's more of self-discovery, a matter of spreading wing. When you reach a certain point in your career, you need to spread your wing. And I believe gradually the plan of the Almighty for me is that eventually I become a jack of all trade, as well as master of everything. So at least, aside music, when one discover one ability, one need to branch out.
Tell us about Baba Taju. What brought about the character Baba Taju?
Brother Taju is my, this is him. He is my alter ego. He just necessarily, sometimes, I don't even know, he will just come by himself. So what really happened is that in my music, I like to put a little bit of humor in there. Just that element of ras. But generally speaking, people tap into it, they're like, oh, nice. But, with music, it's so difficult to push it, Some people may not hear it. So recently, on the internet, I brought out this character. Okay, so Brother Joe come out a bit more, try to send some message to his bae every now and then,
Is that how the Hello Bae came about?
Exactly. So people now start to be saying, who is this guy? What happened to him? This guy must be crazy. So but basically we are just doing something interesting, at least something different. I mean, I don't think any musical artist out there is really doing what I'm doing. I just need to carve a niche for myself. Is
the fuel price for Baba Taju different from the fuel price of other Nigerians?
In fact, Baba Taju is offering the most. He's offering the most. This fuel situation, I can't believe this. And this country we are in fact, you will expect that things will be different by now, but it's so terrible, so terrible.
And let me move into the issue of your different sides. Now coming back to proper English, there's the Brother Taju side, the wedding MC aspect of you. I'm not sure too many people know about this, but it seems you seem to only do it for, I don't know, very close friends, or is this something you're actually commercializing?
Yeah, it is. It is something that, it's been commercialized.
It's very scary when you change from...
A lot of people out there don't necessarily believe that, I can actually speak well, but we thank God that I actually go to school.
On the issue of...
it could actually be commercialized, but it has to come at the right price. I feel like, I have a brand, and I have a brand that has attained a certain height and degree in my, career and in the industry. So I feel like if I'm going to do something as hosting an event, then it has to be...
That's corporate wedding, whatever.
Yeah, corporate weddings, like even if it's like a regular, regular dinner, like any sort of event, it has to be high class. It has to be at the right price as well.
And the right price is...
Yeah, I don't want to just be everywhere. If you see me at every wedding you go to, it will be somehow, Now,
the aspect of you, what is a typical day for for Falz the Bad Guy. In terms of you have all these things you're doing.
Yeah.
You've been very successful in keeping away, I mean, at least to the best of my knowledge, your personal life. Everybody seems to focus on your comedy, on your music. Your new video, that's Hello Bay, which is doing extremely well. I hope we'll be able to get a clip of that before the end of the show. But how has that, I mean, how have you been able to manage that aspect of your life that people don't get to see? Can you let us in? Is there a Mrs. Mrs. Taju?
For my relationship status.
Something like that, but without saying that.
My relationship status.
Will any woman take you seriously?
That is a question. That is $1 million question. The truth is, at this moment, I'm so single. In fact, I believe I'm at that point where if I don't enter a relationship in the next few.
Has there been pressure from your father, from family?
No,
or have they just let you?
No, there is no pressure from home. Everything is so relaxed. Because I'm a young man, I'm still, chilling out, relaxing. I believe that because of my status in society, I can only date celebrity.
If you had a choice of celebrities to date, which ones would you have your eyes on? I know in the circle you obviously are well known, but there are a lot of single celebrities.
If I'm to date celebrity, I think probably Rita Dominic.
Rita Dominic, okay. Who else?
Write her name down. Are you going to help me contact her?
I'll call her now. Rita Dominic. Who else?
Please, that will be helpful.
Okay. Who else again?
Maybe Chidinma.
Chidinma, whose birthday was recent.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Maybe I can still organize something in relation to that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think I'll plan it.
Okay, and you've not actually let them know how you feel?
No, not necessarily. The first one, especially, I believe that, it's a bit difficult because when you are not necessarily in the same age range.
I was about to say that. Isn't she out of your league?
Not necessarily out of my league. It may be out of my age bracket. But nothing is too much for somebody with charisma, so much charisma.
You feel you have charisma?
I am so sure of it.
Sure of it?
I'm sure of it.
Now, if you could have that ideal woman, are you serious about her being in the industry, or you're just fooling around?
No, that was a joke. I mean, I'm definitely single. That is true, but I'm not necessarily looking for someone to settle down with. I'm young. I'm a young man. I'm focused on career goals, achieving some certain goals, and reaching some certain points in my career before I start to look for Mrs. Right.
Mrs. Right.
Is it Miss Right?
Miss, well, depending on who is talking, is it Falz or is it
Falz?